Hello everyone, Julian back with another video. I feel like that's like the best intro I got for now. I'm definitely gonna come up with a better one, but right now I'm just starting to get back into the groove of uploading. I found time today. I didn't think I was gonna upload today, but I was sitting in literally meditating and I came up with an idea in my head for a video. And this is really important actually. This is like pretty much everything. Um, and I want to just talk about not only like being alone, but pretty much how everything in your life is influenced until you are alone. So really the only way to find who you are truly as a person is to be alone. And I'm not even just going to say be alone, like crave being alone. It's new to me, so this video may be a little rocky as well because I just started feeling the need to be alone and just feeling kind of content with really having nobody there, which was a huge problem for me since I was young. So we'll bring you back to when I was literally a baby. I just found out that every time my mom would leave the house to go to work or whatever she was doing that day, I would hysterically start crying. And looking back and hearing this story, it made so much sense because I had an extreme fear of being alone up until about like probably like I want to say like 8 months ago maybe. And I kind of was like cool with it. I was content with it. And suddenly I just felt this extreme urge to just be alone. And as you guys know, me and Brianna had broken up, and that is part of the reason why like I slowly started distancing myself, and not even on purpose. Like I would just forget to text. I wasn't paying enough attention, and no relationship deserves, no partner deserves to not be paid attention to. And I started realizing my own lack of love. And me as a person, I'm so full of love. I literally romanticize almost everything. I am such a romantic. I love in general. I love the everything behind love. I preach literally 24/7. I don't believe in that super masculine side of it. I believe every male has to have a little bit of feminine in order to show that emotional love. You know what I mean? And that's super important to me. And I slowly started to see a lack of it. And it wasn't because I was any less romantic, but I truthfully felt like it was my time to be alone and to just figure myself out. Kind of like this puzzle piece that I've been trying to solve for such a long time. So for you and for everyone, the reason why being alone is so important, and let me rephrase, not just being alone, but craving being alone is so important because it is the only opportunity that you're going to have to be able to find you. And I'll explain it like this, right? When you're a baby, and even growing up, your two biggest influence are your parents, or I'm sorry, your guardians. And whoever your guardians are, whoever you're around 24/7, they become a piece of you, right? And I'll go one further. It's not just your parents, it's who you fall in love with throughout your life, whether that's a friend or whether that's a relationship. Anyone who anyone who you feel so close to, eventually that person becomes a part of you. So if you constantly have someone around you that you love or you want to be with, or you just don't feel any urge to be alone at all, how are you going to find yourself if that influence is constantly there? If you're constantly being influenced by someone else, how are you going to find who you are? And I realized that yes, I love the person that I'm with, and yes, I may be happy in a relationship, but me as a person, I'm not complete. Nothing about me is complete. I have nothing figured out. And in order for me to dig deep and really find who I am, the only way I could do it is to eliminate the influences around me. And that doesn't mean, just fucking sit in your room all day. I think to me at least, it just means not relying. Not relying on that text back. not relying on that person constantly being there, and just being able to rely on you and your own energy. And like I said, it is extremely new to me. And I slowly feel content with it now, and I feel actually very happy being alone and being where I am. And it hasn't been that long, but the fact that I want it, the fact that I'm craving it, is a completely new feeling. And I think it's just important to be able to at least know that if you want to grow or you want to change, doing it with a partner or doing it with influences around you is so difficult. It's so difficult. Like changing in front of someone who knows you for who you are, it's difficult. And, slowly I started changing. Slowly I started changing. And with that change came the distance. And it was an inexplainable distance. Like I couldn't even get the words out to explain why I felt so distant and why I didn't want to be in a relationship. It happened literally out of nowhere, and I slowly started realizing why. It's because it's my time to figure me out. And I'm someone who prays. I'm someone who loves God. I'm someone who preaches God. And I'm realizing why he's doing this and why he's doing it now. Because that's all I've been manifesting. I've been manifesting literally my complete future for almost 2 years now, every single day. And it's at the point where for me to be able to reach the goals that I want to reach, I have to be alone right now. Like, I have literally no choice but to find me and figure myself out. So when I do reach my goals, I can fully say that I'm ready to fall in love. I'm ready to give myself to someone, my full self to someone. Not just some person who is literally a piece of so many other people, right? Your mom, your dad, your close friend, your girlfriend. Like, you're so many pieces of someone else, but who are you? What is your soul, right? You want to be the influence in other people's lives. You don't want to be influenced by other people. Not in like a, oh, he inspires me kind of way, but in a, you want to have your own unique energy. And that's why, like, it's become so easy for me to feel energy since I've been doing what I'm doing, because I can see influence so easy now. Like, I can see someone's personality, and I'll be around someone and I'll be like, oh, I know why they act like that, or oh, that makes sense that they're acting like that because of someone else's influence. And you want to be the type of person that people are like, wow, he doesn't remind me of anyone. Like, he doesn't remind me of anyone. He has his own personality. He's his own person. You want to be someone who people are excited to talk to and people are excited to see again. And even though I was that person when I had my influences, I truthfully didn't feel happy with me. I didn't feel complete, and I was still trying to solve little bits and pieces of myself. And now that, I'm not going to say I'm even getting there. I just started, but now that I'm at least where I want to start, I am fully able to say that if you are young and you're trying to figure shit out, whether that's a pathway you want to take, whether that's where you want to go in terms of emotional, physical, mental goals, security, you have to be able to be content with being alone. Completely alone. I don't mean texting someone who you don't care about that much, texting someone just for the sake of it because you want the attention. I mean completely and utterly alone. And it may sound corny, but I even see myself talking to myself sometimes. Like, I'll literally be thinking 24/7, talking to myself in my head. And in a way, it's literally refreshing. Like, I've never been able to just be with me and just have that quality time with yourself and just be happy. Like, for example, I was always looking for the next plan, the next thing, what's happening next. Like, I don't want to be alone. Like, I need to figure something out. And finally, I'm at the point where it's just like, bro, like, why don't you want to be by yourself? You know what I mean? Why don't you want to spend that quality time with yourself? And to be honest with you, I'm really happy. And it's like, it's almost like I feel just more elevated in my spiritual goals because I'm capable of just chilling out and not worrying about other people around me. I'm just worried about me, right? I see literally everyone else around me, and there are times where I'll stop for a sec and be like, okay, that makes sense. That's why this person's this way. But for the most part, I'm just worried about me. I'm worried about what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, how I'm going to get to the goals I want to get to. And right now, I'm in a very positive mindset being alone. And I feel like it's very rare, especially in this generation for sure, to be able to feel content with being alone. But I promise you it's not as bad as you guys think it is. You really just have to understand that you're technically dating right now without knowing yourself is literally just like winging it almost. Like, you don't even know what you want for yourself because you don't even know yourself. And that's why I don't think there's a point in even trying to look for a partner, because I'm still trying to figure myself out. I'm a date to marry type of person, and if I want to find my future wife and I want to find my person, I need someone who knows themselves. I need someone who has the self-respect and doesn't need me. And it's funny, I've always found that so attractive, but I never did it to myself. The things we're attracted to, the positive energies we're attracted to, 99% of the time, we don't even do it ourselves. And I realized that. And now I almost feel more wanted and more attractive to other people because I am content with myself. If you're looking to go get this girl, or you're trying to get with this girl, this is the girl that you want so badly, the reality is, the only way that a girl is going to look at you, I guarantee you, the only way, not the only way, but like, in better terms, the best or the most attractive thing any male could do is have their shit figured out. Have the emotional intelligence. Understand where you want to go. There's no doubt, there's no worry. You're confident in where you are. That is the most attractive thing, literally, in the world. Girl or boy. I don't even care what you look like. When you have shit figured out and you talk confidently and you understand who you are as a person, that is extremely attractive. You let out a different kind of energy towards other people. And it's almost like above life, literally. Like, it is above life type of energy. And I guess I want other people to be there. Like, everyone's stressing about these small little things, right? Oh, my boyfriend did this, my boyfriend did that. Well, here's the thing, like, you're so worried about your boyfriend that you don't even realize the reason he's not answering you is because you don't have your shit figured out. I guarantee you, if your boyfriend looked at you and he was like, wow, she knows what she's doing, she knows what she wants, and this is vice versa, I'm not just saying for girls, but like, she knows what she wants, she knows this, she understands who she is as a person, I guarantee you he will find you more attractive, and he's not going to want to leave you because you have your shit figured out. And vice versa, like I said, for guys too. The thing about emotional intelligence is really a feminine trait, right? And I've found that being extremely masculine and just like shutting down emotions because it's like corny or it's pussy to do, it's just lost. Like, you're literally just lost. You have to have the balance, right, of being an emotionally intelligent person and carrying yourself like a masculine man. I used to paint my nails. Like, I never in my life carried myself like in a feminine manner. I've always been a masculine guy. I talk masculine. I talk confident. I've always been a masculine person. But I do have my feminine traits to me because I primarily grew up with my mother. And to other girls, someone who is emotionally intelligent, that is attractive. You can literally ask anyone. That is an attractive trait to have, to be emotionally intelligent. And when girls see that you're cool being alone and you're not fiending to get the next nut, that's also a different type of attraction. Every single guy and their mothers hate being single. And that's the problem. Like, why do you hate being single? Why do you hate being alone? What's the fear, bro? What is the fear? And that's what I was trying to figure out for so long. What was my fear? Why was I so scared of being alone? Now, it could have just been human nature, because when I was a baby, I saw my mom, go to the grocery store, and I would start crying and I would miss her. It could be all the way dated from that. But eventually, as you get older, the fear becomes something else. You're so afraid of being alone. Your fear of being alone is what's blocking you from finding the person that you want. And that's what people don't understand. They go to the next person, more attention, more attention, more attention, until eventually you're just lost in this constant loop of trying to find someone. You're not finding someone because you haven't even found yourself. You're completely lost in yourself, and you don't even have enough emotional intelligence to figure out who you are. What makes you think that the relationships are just going to start working? And that's what God does, right? He'll constantly feed you these girls or these relationships. And until you sit there and realize this isn't going to work because I'm not changing, that's the issue. You have to change. You're the person who has to change. Your view has to change. You need to become more emotionally intelligent. You need to become a better person. It's not anyone else. I guarantee you, if you had all your shit figured out, your girl's not going to cheat on you. Your girl's not going to leave you. Stop blaming the circumstances and the environment and figure your shit out. And be your own person. And I guarantee you, girls will look at you like you are above life. Because at that point, you are. You are above life. Me, for example, I go to the gym. I know what I want to do with my life. I'm emotionally intelligent with myself. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly meditating. I love God. I, as a person, have my shit figured out. I don't need no girl. I don't need anyone to have my shit figured out. And I guarantee you that it's 10 times more attractive than someone who sits at home and is just looking for the next girl. That is why you need to conquer the fear of being alone and start conquering finding yourself. That's what you need to conquer. Figuring out who you are as a person. And that fear of alone will eventually disappear. And it's interesting that it happened in the middle of my relationship, but obviously I can't control the timing. I had no clue it was going to happen. I just slowly started distancing myself from someone who I loved very dearly. And now I'm where I am, and I'm extremely happy. And I just want to keep being alone and keep figuring more shit out about myself. And I really want you guys to do that too. Everything that happens at a young age is the best time, and I think that's why I upload these YouTube videos. Because I mean, obviously there's a few people who are older that are going to see it, but I'm sure most of the people who follow me are decently young. And this is the shit you guys have to learn, or even this is the shit that we need to learn to be able to be the husbands you want to be, or be the wives you want to be. You can't just blame everyone else. The day that you stop blaming everyone else around you, and the day you can only blame yourself, that's when you truthfully grow. And yeah, I think this video is done. There's a few more things I want to talk about, but I should save some information for other videos just so I don't run out of video ideas and stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great week, and happy summer. It's fucking summer. And yeah, love you guys. Hit the like button maybe, and have a blessed day.